Hi up, welcome to the channel. I'm going to start something new here. First video on here for me. I'm going to do a little series talking about the English clubs in the Champions League, giving a bit of a preview how I expect things to play out. Obviously, old Chelsea fan, Champions League football finally back at the bridge. First game I'd like to talk about Napoli versus Liverpool. Um, Napoli started the Serie A campaign, decent form, 6 points from the opening 3 games. Obviously, that defeat coming in Turin against Juventus 4-3. Very unlucky, just that Koulibaly own goal. Liverpool obviously went to Naples last year in the Champions League, lost 1-0. Didn't actually have a single shot on target in the whole game. Won the corresponding fixture 1-0. If it weren't for a wonder save from Alisson, would have made it 6 times. Would have been knocked out. Obviously, Liverpool's league form, everyone knows. 5 wins out of 5. Not doing anything wrong. If you're being nitpicking of this Liverpool side, there is that no clean sheet so far. Some of that will be playing on the back of Klopp's mind, but defending champions going to want to come up to a good, going to want to have a good start. Having their hardest game in the group stage as their opening game, if they could get a win, it propels them for the remaining fixtures. However, I feel like due to the fact they haven't had a clean sheet, they're away in Italy. They lost there last year after losing all their away games in the group stage last year. I feel that very tricky side. I think I'm going to actually have to go for a 2-1 Napoli win with Mertens and co, causing a lot of problems to Liverpool's back four that have looked shaky at times. Sticking with teams that know quite a bit about each other, are actually in our next game from the English side, Shakhtar Donetsk of Ukraine versus Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. News has come out that John Stones is actually injured for the next 5 weeks, and it makes you laugh a bit that a team with all the depth that Man City have, all the riches and everything, company left, they didn't replace him. Laporte's now injured until January, I believe. News come out that Stones is injured for 5 weeks, which meaning their only fit centre half is Nicholas Otamendi, which we also had shitty done at the weekend at Norwich. Expect Fernandinho to come in at centre back. Few rumours going on that Pep could go for a free back, push Kyle Walker as the right centre back like he did for England, and Hayo Cancelo finally getting some minutes out on the right wing back. I don't see Pep doing that. I feel like Fernandinho will drop back with Otamendi. It'll be something they expect to see in the next few weeks. Shakhtar have actually started off in the Ukrainian league very, very well and played 7, won 7. Something you kind of expect. Been very good in that league for the last few years now. They always seem to come up against English opposition. Chelsea actually had them a few years back. Obviously, Man City now. Someone to look out for Man City is Junior Moreira. So he's actually 7 goals in his last 7 games. Well, 7 goals in 7 games in the Ukrainian league. Whether he can put that sort of form into the Champions League, yet to be seen. But despite the uncertainties at the back for Pep's side, I mean, you fully expect them, and I fully expect them to go to Ukraine, get the job done. I think it's going to be a 3-0 win. I don't think there's going to be any problems whatsoever. And they're going to want to bounce back again after the game against Norwich for sure, which I feel they're bound to, surely. Next for the English side, another game which is tomorrow, leaving the best to last, of course, is Olympiacos the ship from White Hart Lane. Well, not anymore, but Tottenham Hotspur. Obviously, they've had to travel, 1,400 miles out to Greece. And these Greek sides are famous for the atmosphere, for the hostility. They get the team going. The crowd there is absolutely phenomenal. Again, just like Shakhtar Donetsk, they started in their domestic league with a 100% record, 3 wins from 3 for Olympiacos. Spurs, on the other hand, other than the 4-0 win at the weekend, all goals in the first half, surprisingly not one from Harry Kane. They started off very poor, lost a 2-goal lead in the North London derby. They've looked shaky at home, lost to Newcastle. One of the biggest shocks of the season, probably the biggest, apart from the Norwich win over City the weekend. They looked very poor against Aston Villa until the final 15 minutes, when if it weren't for a very good shot for Ndombele, they could have well lost that game, just like they did against Newcastle. So you'd think Poch apparently had a meeting with his team. They've come up against Palace, won 4-0. Whether this is on the up for Spurs, and I mean, starting Christian Eriksen definitely does help, and I feel like with starting in, they have a different layer to them. Eriksen, Son, Kane up front, it's different, and it's a very, very difficult place to go. But having said that, I feel they'll just scrape a 2-1 victory in Greece. I feel like Harry Kane will get the winner. So, final team to discuss, and we're finally back after a year out winning the Europa League. It's Chelsea versus Valencia under the lights at Stamford Bridge, and it's a huge chance for Frank Lampard to come play in the Champions League first time as a manager, to get 3 points, steady us for the next 12 games, because it is a difficult group. Ajax, Lille, Valencia, there's no easy team. There's no team where you go and you expect to win 5-6-0. They're all good teams, all good players, and Valencia are like that. I will say that Valencia are a team that are kind of in a bit of disarray at the moment. Sacked the manager before the weekend's game against Barcelona. Apparently it went really badly. With the Valencia fans, the Valencia players, and the players refusing to come out to the press conference today before the game. So they're in a bit of disarray. They've started off really poorly in Liga BBVA. I believe they're 14th at the moment. They lost at the weekend 5-2 to a Messi-less Barcelona. It's not looking the best for Valencia. Obviously, Chelsea at the back of a 5-2 win at the Molineux. Good old Tammy Abraham getting a hat-trick. I expect him to start again. Even though Olivier Giroud, it's a phenomenal record for Chelsea in European competitions, I fully expect Tammy Abraham for Frank Lampard to stick with Tammy up top, come in. Another thing I'd expect is Pulisic to come back into the side, who's an unused substitute at Wolves. I expect him to get a few minutes here. Hopefully get his first Chelsea goal. Whereas with formation, obviously Frank's shown that he's very versatile so far. He's switching a 4-2-3-1, which is arguably his favoured one. He went to a 4-3-3, similar system to what Sarri did in the Super Cup. At the weekend, he went back to a 3-4-3, mainly due to the fact that Marcus Alonso is coming for the injured Emerson. Emerson's still not fit for today's game. Rudiger not fit as well. He's a bit unlucky on his behalf. Reece James and Callum Hudson-Odoi still yet to come in. Also, Kante not fit. So I have a few injury problems, but it's not injury problems you haven't dealt with for the whole season. So I expect Lamps to keep it to a 3-4-3. I'd expect Alonso left wing back, Aspi right, centre-back partnerships of Zuma, Tomori, Christensen, Kepa in goal, keeping that two-man pivot of Kante and Jorginho and Kovacic. And I expect Pulisic to come into the side, Tammy Abraham up top. I feel like Lampard may give Mens a bit of a rest. Had a lot of minutes for Chelsea this season, been phenomenal, 3 goals. The actual same tally as Willian in the Premier League last year, which is, it speaks for itself really, doesn't it? But yeah, I expect Pedro maybe to come in, that bit of experience, the European nights under the lights at Stamford Bridge, come in. And I'm actually going to predict, by prediction, I think we're going to get our first clean sheet of the season. I think this Valencia side are in disarray. I don't think they'll cause problems, definitely. And you've got to think this Chelsea is still a young side. But I'm feeling very, very confident going into the game. And I am going to go for a 3-0 Chelsea victory with Tammy grabbing another goal. Anyway, that is it for this mini series, first video on my YouTube channel. I am Patrick Parker. I hope you enjoyed listening, and I'll see you in the next one.